This is going to be your weekly chakra tarot and oracle reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies you might be experiencing throughout your chakras this week. So let's get some overall messages to start. Let's see what we need to know. Recovery. Very interesting. You might be recovering from the eclipse energy that we had with the new moon solar eclipse. We're right now in between the solar and partial lunar that we have on the 28th. Both eclipses are in Venus. So in other words, we had a new moon in Libra and now we have a full moon in Taurus. So the reason I say that that's important is because the key is confidence. Confidence is key. To recover, to rest, to build your confidence again. Now, I will also say that I believe communication is key, so it's not just confidence. So let's see what other messages we need to know for your chakras. Oh, bring love into the situation. I'm not surprised, actually. I mean, Look at the coloring of these two cards, and you can tell there's this purple color, and purple is the third eye. It's trusting your intuition, and that key is very significant to me anyways. Let me know if that's a sign that you've been seeing, if you've been seeing keys or, you've been making references to keys. I don't know why I want to mention like someone losing their keys. You were struggling to find your keys. I know that's very common, but I don't know why I'm envisioning that somehow. I mean, look at the door behind here, okay? The door, that keyhole is like illuminated, and we need to step through that door. And when I think of that door, I think of a portal. And I mean, eclipse energy right now is a portal where you're walking into a new beginning. We're closing an old cycle out, and now we're walking into a new one. So confidence is your key, and communication is your key to getting to the next level. So let's take a third card here to see what else we need to know. Knowledge. I always talk about knowledge in that knowledge is power. But what you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. So when I look at all three of these cards, what do I see in common? I see this beautiful purple color, and that is the third eye, intuition. It almost feels like there needs to be some communication of some feelings or somebody opening their heart. We've been through a lot, and I think of this personally, myself even. We've all been through trials and tribulations. We've been through hurts. And I always talk about trusting the process and how important it is, right? We have knowledge now. We know better. We can do better. Again, what we do with that knowledge is super important. So I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to put them away for now. If we need to come back to them, we can. But what I want to do is I want to pull a card for each chakra in the body and take some oracle cards to see what we need to know about that energy. Excuse me, all of a sudden I felt like I couldn't speak. So let's see. Let's start with the root chakra. And we have the Queen of Wands, confidence. Confidence is key. I mean, look at the color of the card. It's that purple color. It's that intuition. So, essentially, this is all about building our confidence. So let's get an oracle card on each side to see what we need to know. The whip. We got to get a move on. We don't want to keep repeating old stuff. This is why I say knowledge is power, right? What you do with that knowledge is so powerful. We don't want to do something over and over and over again, right? Isn't the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results? This could also be telling you to get a move on, sort of cracking the whip and doing something that's maybe out of your comfort zone. So let's see what else we need to know about this energy. Oh, the bedroom. Wow. Quite the spicy card. I'm not going to lie. The whip card on this side over here does mention some kinkiness over there. So, I mean, hey, listen, no judgment. The root chakra, building intimacy, I would say. Wow. Okay. Another thing I'll say about this card is that it does say call it a day. And there might be some energy around you right now that is signaling you to call it a day, to let something go. Okay, and you can let me know if that resonates or how that resonates, but I think there's a mixture of energies here. Confidence, there's something building or brewing, but in order to have that new stuff come in, we have to release the old, right? Okay, let's take a look at the sacral chakra, which is Venus. There we go. And we have the Queen of Swords. Wow, look at this Queen energy. We've got more purple. All right, Queen of Swords, making boundaries. Now, here's the thing. Venus, the sacral chakra, is all about self-worth, self-value, self-respect, right? How you love. Could even be finances, how you value. And I mean, Venus is the theme of these eclipse energies, right? The new moon solar eclipse and the full moon in Taurus. So Queen of Swords is all about making boundaries. And you got to cut things out that no longer serve you. So let's take a look at the oracle cards that support this energy. Stepping stones. You're in the process of arrival. Baby steps. Progress. You're on your way. You're on your way. But in order to get to the next level, you've got to make the boundaries. You've got to say no. You've got to make moves. You can't stay in the same old, same old. Now let's see with this deck what we need to know. Ah, the worry beads. What are you worried about? Are you worried about making the boundary or somebody being upset with you for making that boundary? If that's the case, understand that if someone's upset with you for making a boundary, you needed one in the first place, okay? There's nothing to worry about. It's funny, my words are having a bit of a hard time coming out, and I really do believe that's with this energy right now, where the intensity is up and down, right? We know something's brewing. We have to speak our truth. We might even be feeling a little held back in that aspect where you know you need to talk about something. And that's why I said earlier, communication is key. Confidence is key. So I'm feeling a collective energy that may be stifled in things that they want to say. Okay? So let's take a look at the solar plexus. Now, solar plexus is your personal power. Ace of Swords, clarity and truth. You know, it's interesting. Once we have an awareness of something, and we harness it, we embody it, we're able to make moves. This is basically saying, I'm ready, right? I'm ready to start something new. I have the knowledge. I have the power, okay? So let's see what we need to know about this. Clarity. Ace of Swords is clarity. You're getting more info as you go, definitely. But there's something definitive that's going to come to light. And I really believe that with this eclipse happening on the 28th, you are going to get that clarity. Things are going to become much more clear to you. You're going to see people for who they really are. You're going to see a situation differently than you thought. And there's the emerald. Heart healing. Growth. Soul restoration. Fertility. Heart chakra. Well, we're going to go to the heart chakra next. So let's see what we need to know about that. Okay. What's going on in the heart chakra? The Three of Cups. Now, interesting. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. This could be, you know, going to an event or a party, a wedding. It could be a proposal. It's basically a celebration. The only other question that I ask when I see this card is, two's company, three's a crowd. Is there interference somewhere in your heart space? Okay, so let's take a look at the oracle card and get more information. The Sun, the yes card, saying yes, allowing yourself to be happy. I always say it's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. We get so caught up in our fears. Here's the thing. This is the empty nest card, and it talks about moving on, cycle completion, but it talks about beginnings. You know, the end is the beginning is the end. So, you know, I think you should be celebrating these new beginnings, but I do feel like at times there can be an interference or something that pulls us backwards to avoid the ending. You know, it may not even be like a physical person that's interfering in your life. It's just more of that vibe that says, oh, do I really want to do this? Am I ready to accept that this has ended? Am I ready to embrace the unknown? It's really hard, you know? Nobody said it was easy. So let's take a look at the throat chakra. Now, I mentioned it earlier. Let's see what we need to know. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups means you could take any one of these options and you'd be okay, but you got to make the decision to do it, to make the decision. And not making a decision is making a decision. Why do I feel like somebody is wanting to say something, but they're not sure how to? They've gone over it in their mind a million times, and they're just not ready to say it. Let's see. New beginnings. Interesting, interesting as always. You know, new beginnings require trust. And it's hard to trust sometimes. We're always afraid we're going to make a mistake, but there are no mistakes, right? We just adapt as we go. And there's the baggage. Are you ready to embark on a new journey? Now, this means letting go of baggage, burdens, guilt, shame, regrets, anything that could be holding you back. And then being ready for a new adventure, right? This could also be pack your bags for a new adventure. But you have to be ready to go to the next phase. It's a long journey. Be prepared. But it's coming. You just know that it's coming. I've been talking about this a lot lately, where there's like this metaphorical line that we're about to cross. So whatever that is for you. For some, it's romantic. For some, it's professional. For some, it's boundaries with family and friendships, where you're noticing that everything's changing. I'm really curious to know in the comments, how many of you are noticing that your friendships are changing? Or your relationships are changing? Or you're wanting to go to the next level in a relationship and you're afraid. You don't want to be hurt again. And I think those are all very natural feelings. However, we have to make some sort of move in order to grow, right? We have to be in the process of arrival, like we had earlier. Take a baby step. And let's take a look at the third eye, so the intuition. We started off talking about that right away. So yeah, another purple card, Six of Swords, peace, right? Peace. Moving on to calmer waters and peace. But the only way we get towards that peace is if we make a decision. Right now, you might be stuck making a decision. You haven't communicated that decision yet. And once you do, or once you have that conversation, you might find some actual peace from it. Now, we did talk about travel. The Six of Swords could be a card of literal travel. Going to the next level. Boy, oh boy. There could be a proposal, marriage, union, somebody setting their intentions with you, or you with them. I don't know why I wanted to take another one. Let's just take another one. Let's just kind of clarify that a little bit. Coming out of hermit mode. You know, I mean, you may be a Virgo or have a Virgo placement or dealing with one, but it's not really about the sign. I would just say that it's time to come out of hermit mode. It's time to come out of the shell in a way. Okay, let's take a look at what else we need to know about this piece. Forked road. We're getting a lot of sevens, I noticed. 7, 7, and there's 7 of cups. You know, very interesting energy, because this means, are you in the old, are you in the new? Are you ready? Are you ready to make this move that's so scary? It's not really scary. It should be exciting. It's just that we get into our heads and we start over analyzing, hence the Virgo energy. Let's take a look at the crown chakra. Three of Swords. How many of you are processing a broken heart? Because the Three of Swords is sadness. And it's almost like perceived sadness. I'm going to take another card because I want to see what it's about. Yeah, the World. This is what I was saying earlier. It really comes full circle. It's like afraid to leave a cycle behind. You have to grieve it. You have to grieve it, okay? And you can't sweep it under the rug. You can't ignore it. I always ask people, how many rounds do you want to go? And let's take a look. The Mountain. The mountain can be seen as an obstacle or as an achievement. Which one is it for you? And I'm going to go double on these cards at the top because I think they're important. See, look, there was the double rainbow. Divine intervention. Perfect timing. All of this has been perfect timing. You just didn't realize it. Okay? Divine timing. It may not have been the timing you wanted, but it was the timing you were given. And it's given because it's what you need. Okay? So let's see what else we need to know here. You're worried that something is unlikely. You're worried that you can't have what you want. And it's happening soon. This is the thing. You're getting cold feet. that metaphorical line that I was talking about, it's like you know you're on the brink of something major, okay? And let's take a couple Power of Surrender cards just to see what you need to surrender or surrender to. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Okay, so that being said, let me move these cards a little more straight. And we have surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Now, funny, we had the Six of Swords talking about peace. We talked about allowing ourselves to go to the next level and to accept the fact that cycles are ending. It really is okay. I really hope this resonates with you. I feel like this was a bit of a different vibe in this reading today, and I would describe it as one that is calm, it's thoughtful, and it's about embracing what's to come, even if we're a little bit afraid. You know, I do always say the future should be exciting, not scary. And just know that you're not alone. We're all in this together, and everything really will be okay. So thank you very much for your kindness and support. I always appreciate it when you listen to my readings. I always appreciate a subscribe, a like, a comment, a share, whatever you wish. Thank you so much, and I wish you an amazing week.